See, today we'll start with the fifth module, that is introduction to boundary layer. Two prominent topics are involved. One is boundary layer theory and its applications in aerodynamics and hydrodynamics. Consider a solid body. For example, let's say it's having some shape like this, a solid body, and if fluid is approaching this with a certain velocity. See, all layers of fluid, they have the same velocity. See, the free stream velocity hereafter, we will be representing by a suffix infinity. So here we will write, say, u infinity. Basically, this velocity is in the x direction. So I'll represent by u infinity. So u infinity is the unobstructed stream has the velocity, what we call free stream velocity. Okay. See, what will happen in the vicinity of the solid body when the flow is coming closer and closer to the solid body. So what will happen to the flow? Actually, the flow pattern that will be getting modified. See, what we are going to do now is we will consider two regions. So this region, actually the region within these two curves, what I have represented top and bottom. So that is actually affected by the viscosity and all, or viscous stresses. Okay. And this is region, say region 1. And this is region 2. So region 1, I'm showing you over here. I have shown already. That is influenced by velocity gradients and shear stresses. And consequently, this region is actually influencing the drag and all. Okay. The resistance imposed by the solid. The resistance imposed by, you can say, the fluid on the solid body or vice versa. So the relative motion can be both, because either the fluid may flow over in order to have the relative motion, either the fluid may be flowing over the stationary solid body, or the solid body is moving in the stationary stream of fluid. Region 1 is characterized by the velocity gradients, shear stresses, and consequently the drag force, energy losses and all. This region actually is a region of boundary layer. Boundary layer. See, in fact, it is representing a friction layer. Region 2. So that is outside the boundary layer. And that in that case, the fluid is flowing in the unobstructed manner, considered as an ideal one. Means not affected by viscosity. So that means inviscid or non-viscous. And important thing is the governing equation in such cases. We say that is in fluid mechanics, that is known as potential flow theory. So potential flow theory, basically the flow is potential flow, we say, incompressible and non-viscous. So potential flow theory is applicable outside the boundary layer. Okay. In simple terms, what you can say is no velocity gradient. It's applicable. Potential flow theory, that is a key word. Okay, flow can be considered. And region 2, very important part is no velocity gradients. The entire fluid flows or entire fluid stream has the velocity equal to free stream velocity u infinity. Now we will be concentrating on one rather boundary and the applications of it and how to get the various parameters related to boundary layer. What exactly is the boundary layer and all we will discuss now one by one. And the first one, the region 1, for there the theory is applicable is we say boundary layer theory. Okay, BL, boundary layer theory. And important governing equation here is the fundamental fluid equation known as Navier-Stokes equation. Okay, these are the terms you are going to come across. One is boundary layer, and the second one, say hereafter I will use BL to represent say boundary layer, and the second is BL, boundary layer theory. Then we have boundary layer thickness and the basic parameters, boundary layer thickness and other parameters. Then we'll discuss boundary layer growth. Boundary layer growth. Then the nature of boundary layer flow. And there also we have the classification like laminar flow, laminar boundary layer flow, turbulent boundary layer flow, and in fact a transition in between. So laminar transition and turbulent boundary layer flows. So these are all involved. Okay, and then boundary layer, very important phenomena which is called boundary layer separation. That is something we must try to avoid. Boundary layer separation. And since it is something to be avoided, we talk about boundary layer separation control also. Boundary layer control. Then we have the drag formation, type of drag, like drag and lift associated with aerodynamic bodies. So that all we will consider. So this, when you talk about application, so these are the important terms we have to deal with one by one, this one. And then there are other basic parameters connected with boundary layer like displacement thickness, momentum thickness, energy thickness, etc. Okay, and then there are some equations also, so that we will discuss as the class progresses. So then that narrow region formed in the vicinity of the solid surface where the velocity gradients are large and the shear stresses are dominant, and that region is known as boundary layer. And now what about BL theory? It is in fact the theory concerned with all these. So it deals with the study of branch of fluid mechanics, which deals with the study of boundary layer formation, its growth, its separation and control, along with what like drag forces and energy losses. Once there is a drag, definitely there will be energy loss. Basic parameters, and then how do we depict in the diagram? So boundary layer thickness and all we'll consider, and for that purpose, what we are going to consider is flow of a real fluid over a thin flat plate. Okay, a thin flat plate, one of the very simple, or in fact simplest cases. This is basically a flat plate, a very thin one, and its length is large compared to the thickness. And here we have, see the edge at the front, facing flow, that is known as leading edge. This is leading edge, and here the rear one, that is at the back. So here we have the rear edge is trailing edge. This is actually the free stream velocity or unobstructed flow of fluid. So when it approaches the stationary flat plate, so this is free stream, and its velocity is represented by, since it is in the x direction, represented by u, and with a suffix infinity to represent that it is unobstructed flow. And in fact, this is a constant one. Okay. So we will consider BL formation on one side. Okay. We are representing boundary layer formation over the plate, and for the sake of simplicity, that's all. Okay. See, what we are going to do is x and y directions are indicated, x along the flow and y is normal to the flow direction. And this diagram is typically representing a diagram with y scale magnification on the y axis, because then only we will be able to show the small thicknesses as large, in the diagram. So what I want to tell you is that something, like, say it will be like this for some region. Typically, the thickness of the boundary layer that grows rapidly, that is in the turbulent region. I mean, like, so I'll explain to you. That is actually the turbulent zone. So this is on one side of the typical boundary layer formation over a flat plate. So represented, like, we are going to represent it by three different portions of this boundary layer. Now we are not considering the outside boundary layer region. We will not consider for time being inside the boundary layer. So the various parts of the boundary layer only we are representing. So the region 1, and this will be the region 2, and this will be the region 3. And the region 1 is called laminar BL. Okay, so region 1, that is laminar laminar, just like the flow in the pipes, we categorized into laminar and turbulent and transition in between. So similarly here, boundary layer flow over the boundary layer, or boundary layer flow also flow in the boundary layer, or boundary layer flow can also be categorized as laminar BL flow. So laminar boundary layer is up to this. So up to that is the region indicated here. So the demarcation, I will tell you what exactly, how we can differentiate. And in between, the second one, that is your transition. So transition BL. And then the third one is turbulent boundary layer. Turbulent boundary layer. So Reynolds number, if it is less than 3 into 10 raised to 5, so that means 3 lakhs, then the boundary layer flow is laminar. Remember that for the turbulent boundary layer, Reynolds number will be greater than say 5 lakhs, or if sometimes for better representation 5.5 lakhs. So 5.5 into 10 raised to 5. Reynolds number basically for pipeline flow we find out by rho Vd by mu, and here it is rho. Then velocity is u infinity, that is the free stream velocity. So rho into u infinity into the distance, the section where you have to find out Reynolds number, because Reynolds number varies as the flow progresses. So for different length, it will be different. So instead of diameter in the pipeline flow, here the characteristic length that is used in Reynolds number is the length over which the flow occurs. That is, here it is represented by x actually. There may be total length of the plate L, but here Reynolds number at a distance x from the leading edge. So at x distance from leading edge. Okay, so please listen to me carefully. At x from the leading edge, it is rho u infinity into x divided by mu. Mu is the dynamic viscosity. U infinity, that will be much more simpler. U infinity into x, where you want to find out the Reynolds number, that is u infinity into x divided by this rho by mu. So the reciprocal, when it comes to the denominator, it will become mu by rho. So that is kinematic viscosity nu. So this can be made use of. Okay, so either u infinity into x by nu, kinematic viscosity, or otherwise rho u infinity into x by mu, where mu is the absolute viscosity or dynamic viscosity. So either of these relations can be made use of for the purpose of finding the Reynolds number. Velocity profile, laminar section velocity profile. So when the boundary layer flow is laminar, see, these are what I am drawing here is successive layer, the layers one above the other, so they will be having this velocity. See, this velocity increases in the y direction. Velocity increases, velocity of the fluid layer. Okay, but outside the boundary layer, so it will be exactly u infinity. But inside, see, when it reaches, see this distance, see, this is the boundary layer thickness. So this is actually the boundary layer thickness delta, and if you say at a distance from here, you take a section, and then that distance is say x, then this will be delta x. So boundary layer thickness, and at the boundary layer thickness, this velocity, see inside, just at the edge of the boundary layer, since there is an asymptotic variation, this velocity is 99% of the free stream velocity. So 0.99 times u infinity, not exactly infinity, but outside the boundary layer, the velocity will become the free stream velocity u infinity. So just at the edge of the boundary layer over here, see this arrow, the uppermost arrow, the topmost arrow here, this length is 0.99 u infinity. This velocity profile, if you extend it, like this, then the velocities, if you draw outside, so that will be same. See, these are all will be, this will be exactly this. This will be u infinity outside. So outside, if you draw, that will be u infinity. But at the edge of the boundary layer, it will be 0.99 times u infinity. The reason is that the curve is asymptotic. Okay, now the next in the turbulent boundary layer also. So we'll draw a boundary layer in the turbulent zone also, and the turbulent zone. So it will be like this. If I take a section all the way from here, see this, from x, from the leading edge up to this, representing another x value, and then there, if you draw a velocity, see, in that case, the boundary layer, see this one. So please try to understand the boundary layer, the velocity profile will be something like this then. See, and the drastic velocity variation, see this one, This is the velocity profile in the turbulence zone, which is exponential. Whereas that starts off very slowly and then towards in the vicinity just above the solid plate, it is starts very slowly, starts to rise, and thereafter it is almost it approaches rapidly to the 0.99 times u infinity. See these this one, this here at the outer edge here, this is 0.99 times u infinity. This turbulent boundary layer thickness. So this is delta x. So here x in the turbulence zone and delta x t. T means in the turbulence zone, whereas the other one is in the laminar zone. Okay. So delta x laminar and delta x turbulent zone. So we have taken two sections. So the boundary layer thickness means it is the distance measured normal to the solid boundary where the velocity of the fluid layer increases from 0 at the solid surface to 0.99 times u infinity at the outer edge of the boundary layer. But remember, at the solid surface, the boundary layer has 0 velocity because of no slip condition that arises from viscosity. As it is represented, the boundary layer grows in thickness as we move from leading edge to the trailing edge. Leading edge means the front end of the plate, and the trailing edge means the rear end. So from leading edge to the trailing edge, if you consider, the boundary layer grows in thickness. So that is known as boundary layer growth. Any fluid layer which is coming into this zone of boundary layer, that will be getting decelerated. That means its velocity decreases. So those layers which lose its velocity will be falling into this boundary layer region. And such layers will be further decelerated. That means velocity is further reduced. So in such case, those layers which suffers from this kinetic energy loss means reduction in velocity. So that will fall into the region. So more and more layers fall into the region, and as a result, the boundary layer grows in size. Every point on the boundary layer will be having the velocity equal to what? 0.99 times u infinity. That is 99% of free stream velocity, not full extent, because of this asymptotic variations. Hereafter, we represent it by, say, delta. Okay, this delta, boundary layer thickness generally. So boundary layer thickness means, as you can see this one, the distance measured normal to the solid boundary. See this one, this is a flat horizontal plate, stationary one, and you have the boundary layer formed over it, we discussed already. And the thickness means, see, I have represented here at the section XL, that is in the laminar region we have taken, that's why I have represented XL. And the turbulent region also we have represented another section. See, it's here XT. And the boundary layer thickness now here in the laminar zone, we have this delta X. See, now it's not constant everywhere. As the length increases from leading edge to the trailing edge, the boundary layer thickness also increases. And even in laminar zone, this delta X, as we for different length, different boundary layer thickness we can have. Okay, so at the section considered here, we have delta X. L is written for representing laminar. And here we have considered another section XT I have written over here. See there we have this is a section in the turbulence zone, and there the thickness is this much. See this one, the vertical distance from the solid plate, from the solid surface, that is measured normal. In fact, that's why I said vertical, up to the outer edge of the boundary layer. See, it's up to here. So that is delta X T, and T is actually, this is a section chosen in the turbulence zone. Second parameter is displacement thickness. Displacement thickness. Displacement thickness, it is represented by delta star. And the third one is momentum thickness. Momentum. Momentum thickness, that is represented by, let's say, theta. We'll use theta. Okay. And 4 is energy thickness. Energy thickness. So that is delta represented by delta double star. You can write like this, delta double star representing energy thickness. Let me tell you, delta star, this is actually because of the boundary layer formation, there will be a reduction in velocity. So we know that because of the reduction in velocity, the mass flow rate will be reduced. So mass flow rate through the boundary layer will be reduced, because had it been flowing with the free stream velocity u infinity, there would not have been any loss. So in the presence of plates, only because the plate is over there, the velocity is getting modified and the boundary layer is formed and all these phenomena occur. So because of the boundary layer formation, the flow suffers from a reduction in the mass flow rate. So there will be a reduction of mass flow rate or loss of mass flow rate. And so we introduce a mathematical parameter, mathematical quantity delta star representing displacement thickness to account for this loss, to account for the loss in mass flow rate due to boundary layer formation. So delta star is essentially a parameter that is introduced in the boundary layer theory in order to represent the reduction in mass flow rate due to boundary layer formation. See, this is a technical definition given to displacement thickness. So displacement thickness delta star means it is the distance measured normal to the solid boundary by which the boundary layer must be displaced in order to compensate for the reduction. Reduction means loss. Reduction in mass flow rate due to boundary layer formation. Distance is measured normal to the solid boundary by which the boundary layer should be displaced in order to make good the loss of mass flow rate on account of boundary layer formation. That is delta star. But we have, the other two important terms also we have, momentum thickness and energy thickness. And while talking about the definition, we have a shortcut. So in fact, this is the distance by which the boundary layer must be displaced in order to compensate for the reduction in mass flow rate. And in case of momentum thickness, when you talk about momentum thickness, so what you should say is the very same thing, but it is a distance measured normal to the solid boundary by which the boundary layer must be displaced in order to compensate for the loss of momentum. So reduction in momentum. See, momentum thickness. See, when velocity is reduced in the for the fluid layers trapped in the boundary layer, definitely there is reduction in mass flow rate because of the boundary layer formation. Similar to that, similarly we have momentum of flow is also getting reduced, because this momentum means essentially it is a product of this mass and velocity. So momentum of flow is also reduced since there is loss of mass flow rate, loss of velocity. So therefore, there will be loss of momentum also. And energy case, energy means kinetic energy. We are talking about kinetic energy. Since velocity is reduced and there is loss of mass flow rate also, so we will lose kinetic energy also. So kinetic energy, often we talk about kinetic energy of translation as half mv square. So since velocity is reduced, kinetic energy is also reduced. So because of boundary layer formation, there will be essentially loss of mass flow rate. There will be loss of momentum of flow over the plate. There is loss of kinetic energy over the plate because of boundary layer formation. So in order to represent the reduction in mass flow rate, we introduce a certain distance, that is displacement thickness, by which the boundary layer must be displaced in order to compensate for the loss of mass flow rate. And in order to talk about the momentum loss, or to represent the momentum loss, so we introduce another distance, reference parameter known as momentum thickness. Momentum thickness is represented by this theta. See this one, momentum thickness theta. So that is to account for the reduction in momentum because of boundary layer formation. And then kinetic energy or energy thickness simply, that is delta double star, that is representing a distance measured normal to the solid boundary by which the boundary layer must be displaced in order to compensate for the reduction in kinetic energy. So if you change the word, so I'll tell you this, the word which I underlined, so that must be simply replaced and the other part should remain the same in the definition. So reduction in momentum or reduction in momentum, in the sense this part alone must be replaced. That underlined part in the earlier definition must be replaced by reduction in momentum to get the definition of momentum thickness. So displacement thickness, now momentum thickness, that is also over. So momentum thickness, I repeat, it is a distance measured normal to the solid boundary by which the boundary layer must be displaced in order to compensate for the reduction in momentum due to boundary layer formation. Okay, and now the next is the parameter to account for the energy loss, kinetic energy loss. So that is delta double star. So delta double star, so we can easily get the definition now. So what you should do is that underlined word in the first definition of displacement thickness, that must be reduction in kinetic energy. Reduction in kinetic energy. So I repeat, this is actually what is delta double star? It is a energy thickness. So how do we define that? Technically, we define it by define like this. It is the distance measured normal to the solid boundary by which the boundary layer must be displaced in order to compensate for the reduction in kinetic energy due to boundary layer formation. So that is delta double star. So this one, delta, how do you find out? Delta star, displacement thickness, let me tell you. There is a reference distance. We defined it already. So it is calculated by using the equation. We will derive it in the next class for calculating displacement thickness. So it may be a linear one, it may be a quadratic one, or a cubic profile. So like it is a relation between u and u infinity. That's all. It is a relation between u and u infinity. So such a velocity profile will be given, just like say the ratio u by u infinity. What is u? U is the velocity at a distance. U is the velocity at a distance y from the plate. At a distance y from the plate. For example, in order to clarify that, let me tell you. I mean, I'm just showing only that the initial portion, laminar zone only. Okay, somewhere. So, and I told you that this is drawn in a manner that, let's y scale magnified. So you just consider a section like this, section at a certain distance, say x from here, from the leading edge. And the velocity profile, let's say if it is laminar, the velocity profile will be parabolic. So it is something like this, we know it. Okay, and the velocity increases from 0 at the solid boundary to the maximum at the outer edge of the boundary. Outer edge, it is, what is that velocity? Because we know it now. See, at outer edge, see, this is the at outer edge, this is the velocity. So that the outer edge, this velocity is what? 0.99 times. So u is equal to 0.99 times u infinity. And even above that, if you go outside the boundary layer, then definitely, this, if you take this velocity, outside, it is unobstructed flow thereafter. So thereafter, it is unobstructed flow. So here, the velocity here will be u infinity. Say somewhere here, I am representing a general one. See this one. So I want to represent generally by u, that is at a distance generally for general case, because it varies all the way normal to the solid boundary up to the boundary layer edge. The velocity variation is there. This is y. So at a distance y, so u is velocity. U is equal to flow y. Flow velocity at y distance, at y distance normal to the plate, normal to the solid surface. Okay, and I repeat, u infinity is the free stream velocity of unobstructed flow. Okay, so this velocity profile, whether it is linear, parabolic, or sinusoidal, or exponential, or cubic, so whatever be the case, and the velocity profile will be given in the question, u by u infinity. Say for example, if you want a linear profile, u by u infinity, let it be say y by delta. So something like this will be given. Or see, these are the usual velocity profiles we may come across. That's a linear one. Or other words, it may be u by u infinity will be, let us say, a parabolic one. Something like see, like this one, 2 into y by delta minus say y by delta square. So this is a quadratic expression in y. Y is the variable, the right hand side. So u is the velocity, small u is the velocity at a distance y normal to the plate. Okay, so this is another profile, and which is essentially a parabolic one. This is a second degree expression. Usually this may be given for examinations and all, or you will be asked to determine the displacement thickness, momentum thickness, energy thickness for such profiles. And now one more I'll give you, like say For turbulent, these are essentially for a laminar boundary layer region. So one may be like u by u infinity is equal to, say, y by delta, one that's actually known as a velocity representing 1/7 power law. So it's 1 by 7. So like 1 by n. So 1 by a7. See, this is actually a profile which is used for the turbulent boundary layer flow regions. Okay, these are velocity profiles will be given. And then we will be asked to find out the displacement thickness, momentum thickness, and energy thickness. And displacement thickness delta star, that is found out by using this equation. See this equation number 1. Okay, momentum thickness that is theta, and momentum thickness theta. And how do you find out? I'll give you the equation today and we have to derive it. So theta is equal to integral 0 to delta. What is delta? Delta is the boundary layer thickness. 0 to delta u by u infinity into 1 minus u by u infinity into dy. So this is the equation for the momentum thickness. It's very important term, momentum thickness. And there is a term, related to boundary layer represented by shape factor. So shape factor of boundary layer. So shape factor of boundary layer, that is actually the ratio of displacement thickness to momentum thickness. Displacement thickness is delta star, then momentum thickness is theta. So shape factor is the ratio of these two. So please do remember, because in some numerical problems we will be calculating this shape factor also. Shape factor means it is the ratio of displacement thickness to the momentum thickness for the given boundary layer profile. Okay, so the momentum thickness is this one. Now the last one is energy thickness. And we defined it already. So it is a distance actually for the compensating the reduction of the kinetic energy due to boundary layer formation. So energy thickness delta double star. So it's representing the quantum of energy loss, delta double star. So that is equal to integral, relation is simple, 0 to delta, that is boundary layer thickness, then u by u infinity, then inside the bracket you will be having 1 minus the square of the velocity profile, it's that ratio u by u infinity. So u by u infinity square numerator and denominator, u square by u infinity square, this is it. So integration will be carried out with respect to y. Y is the distance normal to the flow direction measured from the surface of the solid boundary. Okay, so this is energy thickness. And if you consider these three relations, so you can easily remember this, because the very first one, the displacement thickness is integral 0 to delta 1 minus u by u infinity into dy. And the other one, the momentum thickness, you have, that with 1 minus u by u infinity, and outside the bracket you have to take, multiply that term by u by u infinity. So the product of u by u infinity and 1 minus u by u infinity, and then integrate it over 0 to delta, the limits, and with respect to y. And this is equation number 2 for representing momentum thickness. And this one is representing the energy thickness. And these kind of questions are extremely important for us from exam point of view, in order to get these relevant parameters to boundary layer theory. Boundary layer thickness, displacement thickness, momentum thickness, and energy thickness. This boundary layer thickness and the related correlations we'll explain in the next class. There are some correlations like Blasius correlation we use essentially to find out the boundary layer thickness. See, this boundary layer formation, this is actually, this boundary layer is called velocity boundary layer or hydrodynamic boundary layer. This is due to the reduction in velocity or due to the velocity gradient that the flow suffers when it flows past a solid boundary. But if you consider the temperature aspect, temperature gradient, there is another type of boundary layer formed called thermal boundary layer. Thermal boundary layer that is occurring because of the temperature variations. But in fluid mechanics, whenever we talk about boundary layer formation because of the velocity gradients, that is called the velocity boundary layer or hydrodynamic boundary layer. And the boundary layer which is formed due to the variations in temperature between the surface of the fluid, then such boundary layer is known as thermal boundary layer. Okay, so with this I wind up. Please have this concept in mind, especially this definition and the equations to evaluate displacement thickness, momentum thickness, and energy thickness. We will solve numericals and we will try to derive these expressions in the coming classes. Okay, thank you so much.